para may lighter topic naman tayo. Lighter, no? Yung mga gustong mag-champion dyan sa, sa Olympics. Ang guest po natin ngayong gabi ay walang iba kundi yung isang coach ni Carlos Yulo, si Miss Hazel Calawod. Siya po ay isang Australian licensed occupational therapist. Marami po itong expertise kasi kasama yung brain rehabilitation, mental health, cognitive behavioral therapy, and then she also provide rehabilitation for adults, kids, individuals with disabilities, and of course athletes. So marami siyang ginagawa kaya ay matagal ko na rin po siyang kilala. Hindi po ako athlete. I was her patient before. But let's welcome Coach Hazel Calawod. Hi Hazel, good evening.
Hi, Ma'am. So, kamusta
Ayan,
ka?
marami nang may crush sa'yo dito eh. Kamusta ka na? I wanted to invite
Sorry.
you kasi naalala ko, pumunta ako sa Senegal, sa Africa, and then a lot of kids there, may isang boulevard sila, puro sports equipment lang. Then people see yung sports as a way out of poverty. So gusto ko ma-inspire yung mga kababayan natin na yun nga, there's a way out of poverty when we hone our physical skills. And we want to hear you share your expertise at saka yun, to inspire us kung paano nga ba gawin yan. Marami kasing bata ngayon biglang game na sa sports, diba? Ayan.
Okay, game.
Game.
What are the questions?
What do you do?
Okay,
Wait,
yes.
adjust ko yung
So,
mic. Medyo mahina. Wait. I'll fix the setting.
sorry. Nasa restaurant po ako. So, medyo yung audio ko hindi maganda.
I'll increase the volume. Ayan.
Hello?
Yes. So, we can hear you.
Yay. Hi, friends. And thank you so much kasi andito ako sa show mo. It's an honor na kung sino man yung mga nakikinig sa atin na baka may matutunan sila para sa sarili nila, for their growth. Basically, by profession, I'm a sports occupational therapist. And as Shello or Prof. Shello said, medyo madami akong gustong gawin na I delve into rehabilitation for kids with special healthcare needs as well, or adult na settings. Okay, now I'm going to give you a bit more of um, ano ba ang kailangan ng isang atleta para mag-progress pa siya lalo sa career niya maging professional na elite. Based doon sa experience ko working sa Team Yulo, ang una, first you have to work on yourself. What do I mean by working on yourself? Number one, just by being in sports, you learn team, you learn discipline, you learn how to focus on a task, and that becomes a part of the way your functions. Na hindi lang siya actually beneficial for sports, but when you take yourself out of the sports setting, nakakatulong din yung mga na to when you go and apply into work setting because you're more disciplined, you're more focused with your tasks, you work on a routine, you wake up at this time to train, you're pushing your nagagawa.
Ako nag-freeze.
Another thing that what you need to do for an athlete, you need to be coachable. You need to learn also to open your mind to your coaches. And again, if there's a way na you think would work for you as an athlete na coach, pwede po ba yung manner po kasi of yung manner na mas natatanggap ko yung instructions is pag ganito ako kausapin, pwede ka namang mag-suggest sa coach mo kasi ikaw yung nakatira sa katawan mo, ikaw yung nakatira sa utak mo. So, so for me, there should be an effective collaboration sa group para maging effective yung ginagawa niyo together. Or else, kung example, there is a way, as an athlete as well, hindi mo gusto kung paano ka kinakausap ng coach or ganyan, pwede mo siguro ilagay yon at i-formalize yung setting na yun in order for you guys to have a good group dynamic. Kasi important yung trust building din po.
Mm-mm.
So,
Mm-mm.
coach, na you, when you're given instructions at pwede ka naman magtanong, para saan po ito yung gagawin ko kung hindi mo naiintindihan para mas lalo mong mas maging mas intelligent ka as an athlete. You know what is for, you would be able to decide properly what to do with yourself if you also ask questions the right way. So then your learning ability will just keep expanding and keep expanding if you're coachable. Again,
Mm-mm.
there are
Mm-mm.
also several athletes that I have noticed that are not as open to being coached. You know,
Mm-mm.
so what worked for Mr. Yulo is that he was he was hungry to learn. He was hungry to achieve his goals. So then he
Mm-mm.
opened his mind to other experts in order for him to keep learning about how to refine himself
Mm-mm.
in application to his sports. So that's another thing. Um,
So that means being humble, right? Kasi he's open to suggestions. Kahit magaling na siya, he still listens to his coaches. And then he wants to learn. Tama ba?
yes.
Mm-mm.
Another thing that you have to have would be um, focus, concentration. Because if you're just going to training but your mind is elsewhere, then it's very difficult for you to get whatever the team is trying to teach you. You know?
Mm-mm.
So if
Mm-mm.
so and of course I understand if you're young, medyo madaming pwedeng maging distractions and here and there. But maybe
Mm-mm.
what you can teach yourself is that when you enter your your area of training, that you have a certain way of conducting yourself
Mm-mm.
besides whatever it is that's happening around you. But when you enter, you know that this is important for you. You know that this is something that you value. You know that this is something that makes you happy. You know that this is something that as well. So you enter
Mm-mm.
there, you enter in your training area with with the proper work ethics, with the proper concentration, and with the proper mindset that okay, I'm here to learn. It's okay to make mistakes because everyone does, and that's why you're training in order for you to find out what the weaknesses are. That's
Mm-mm.
why you're in training, because in training it will reveal to you what else needs to be worked on. But what you need to understand that it shouldn't you shouldn't judge yourself only in that perspective that I did do well today. You have to think about it quite long term, because even if you can't get this skill today, if you just keep going to practice and if you just keep focusing, one day you might get it. So
Mm-mm.
that's also
Mm-mm.
part of what you have to do and work on with yourself as an athlete.
Mm-mm. So it's a balancing of the physical preparation and at the same time mental preparation and attitude, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Um, and which is great. This is actually like a really great opportunity.
Oh no, naputol. Hintayin natin bumalik si Hazel, no? Pero, ayan, her device is still connecting. Pero, yun nga po, aside from physical therapy, she also provides mind coaching. And when I was her patient, actually at the time, I was also active sa aerial sports. So, I had shoulder pain. So, nagda-dry needling kami. Medyo masakit. But we're waiting for her connection to be restored. Don't worry, alam ko maraming fans dito si Hazel. So, pero mukhang mahirap natin siya pakantahin, no? Kasi nasa restaurant po siya, baka hindi kumanta. Teka lang, te-text natin. Ayan. To reconnect ata. Ayan, we'll wait for her to reconnect. I don't know kung you can find her clinic before nasa East, no, nasa Visayas Avenue po yung clinic niya. And she has other clients. Hindi, nasa Pilipinas po siya, sa Quezon City. Sa Quezon City po ang clinic ni Hazel. So, aside from Carlos Yulo, she's also coaching mga UFC fighters. Ah, kaya marami siyang kino-coach. Yan. Niloloko niyo daw kasi daming may crush kaya nawala yung connection. So we'll wait for her to come back, or kung otherwise we'll guest her again. Teka lang, let's see. Let me so otherwise, if hindi na siya natakot kasi baka pakantahin mo. Kanina ko pa nga siya kinukulit pero nasa restaurant kasi, so difficult to sing. But we will guest her again kung hindi na siya makabalik kasi nawala yung signal. Oo. Ayan. Sorry guys, but we'll bring her back again. Diba? Ayan, sige. We'll just reschedule. Wait, I'll call her. Wait lang po. Ako yung na-exit. Oo nga, wait. Exit and enter. Yan. So we'll wait. She's reconnecting. Sorry. Ako yung na ano. Yes, she's a physical therapist. She's a graduate of UP Manila, and then she has additional training. So um uh ayan. She also provides support for mental health Kaya and then yung rehab for individuals with pain and injury. And then she did her masters in Australia. Kaya um, marami po siyang yung alam niyo po ba yung dry needling? Kasi noon may frozen shoulder ako kasi na-injure ako. Kaya yun yung ginagawa namin noon. Ayan. So let's say, there you go. Marami kang fans dito, hinanap ka nila bigla nung nawala ka. Sabi nila, we have to guest you again. Kasi they're waiting for you to sing.
Pwede bang mag-practice po muna bago kumanta?
Sabi ko, meron ka ding mental health therapy, diba? Kasama yung mental health sa... Hi. Kasama yung mental health. You also have support for mental health. Yeah, some people are asking. Ayan. Ay, oh.
If
About,
kasama ang support sa mental health sa pagiging atleta?
yes.
Is that the question?
Yes.
Yes, of course. So this is how I view it po. From a neuroscience perspective, um, when the brain is stressed, right, with all that pressure, with everything that is going on inside the head, you're learning skills, you're learning how to be more coachable, you're learning how to get good sleep, you're thinking about how to properly eat so that your body gets nourished properly, so you have more power when you do your sports. when your brain is stressed, it of course it really there's a part of your brain, it's called the hypothalamus, and we're talking here about this how the brain processes the stress and how it responds to stress. There's a
Mm-mm.
certain part of your brain, it's called the hypothalamus, and this hypothalamus actually talks to your adrenal glands, which is part of your endocrine system, and when it's stressed, it flushes in cortisol or the stress hormones. When you are
Mm-mm.
stressed, these hormones, of course, will have like a cascade of events that it will do to your body, including increased heart rate, including
Mm-mm.
poor concentration, and including so many other things that may throw you off of your game. And that's why, from a scientific or at least from a neuroscience perspective, that you also need to be able to manage the stress that the brain of the athlete is getting. And
Mm-hmm.
another thing, of course, when we're talking about mental well-being or mental health of the athlete, is that, remember, a lot of the athletes also have to think about the pressure to do well at school, because most of the athletes are young, right? They have pressure to do well at school. Schoolwork will also mean that they will have to spend their neurotransmitters, their brain chemicals, in order to do well and get good grades in school, right? So if
Mm-hmm.
you're thinking about your brain power and then you use this much for your school, you only have this much to use in sports. But what's good about sports is that once you exercise, it also recharges your brain power, right?
Mm-mm.
So, but it doesn't discount the fact that when you're too tired already and you use much of your brain power in order to do well with your social relationships, in order to do well with school, bawas na talaga yung concentration mo. And bawas na yung brain power mo. And when you go to your sport, pag pinapressure ka pa masyado or pati sarili mo, you don't know yet how to have a healthy mindset when you're in your sport, what will happen is your concentration will be off. Because you have low brain power, your motor control will also be off because the one that is controlling the body is the brain. So you
Mm-hmm.
also have to think of these things when you apply yourself in sports. Remember that the brain is the one that is governing your thoughts, your emotions, your motor control, your behaviors. It's so powerful, and if you understand that part na, okay, kailangan kumain ako ng mabuti, kailangan
Correct.
alagaan ko din na hindi masyadong nasa-stress yung utak ko para at least mayroon pa akong mental space to learn more stuff, because when you're stressed, you're thinking only about the things that are stressing you. So then you're not able to properly strategize. When you're
Mm-mm.
stressed, you're not able to properly think, okay, how am I going to do this skill? Because your brain is stressed. So there's less space for
Mm-mm.
new learning. And that's something that I think you guys should do more research on.
Mm-mm. So it's not enough to physically train every day, right? So the balance is very important.
Actually po, with Mr. Yulo, hindi din namin nire-recommend na talagang full-time everyday mag-training. There should also
Mm-mm.
be a downtime for the body to recover. Because if you keep training the body and walang recovery time yung body, edi syempre mabilis kang ma-injure kasi wala kang time for repair. So
Recovery. Yeah.
depende din sa sport mo. Yeah, and depende kung gaano ka-demanding yung sport mo, you also have to
Mm-mm.
calculate how much recovery time your body will need and your brain will need in order to optimally function the next training day.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. My question dito si Boogie, minsan focusing on performance can be detrimental as well. Totoo po ba yun? Nagcho-choke ata ang term.
Nag-choke. Um, can you give me more like specific na question with
Baka
regards
this
to
is
this?
the one that I just asked. If you just focus on performance and physical activity, then bas na overwhelm yung body as opposed to just balancing it, time for recovery, and then mental.
So okay, so sometimes what you also need to do is to just like decompress the pressure in the mind. So
Mm-mm.
so that's also why I I, as a person, have several hobbies in order to decompress the pressure in my mind because I also think a lot. I think I always problem solve. I almost every day I problem solve in order to get the best care possible and get the best performance for my athletes. So talagang yung utak ko mapupuno din. In order for
Mm-mm.
me to to make sure na yung pressure is managed, iniiba-iba ko din paminsan-minsan yung ginagawa para ma-refresh yung memory ko. And then,
Mm-mm.
pagbalik ko sa training or pagbalik ko dun sa trabaho ko is medyo mas okay na yung memory ko. Oh! Super!
Yeah, so last na. So aside from of course coaching Carlos, do you still accept clients, and then what are the parang yung mga interesado dito na but they cannot qualify anymore for the Olympics but wanna tap you as a coach. Ayan.
Um, yes, I would still accept clients. However, currently po, I would also like to give myself a bit of a brain break kasi
Mm.
grabe po
Pressure.
yung trabaho na
Yeah.
talagang minax out yung utak ko. And again, because I'm an advocate of like proper brain health, I am also going to give myself a bit of time to just like collect myself and think, okay, I what's next for me and how am I going to
Mhm.
structure my work schedule given that okay there might be some more interest in working with me as a professional. So I
Yeah.
need to make sure that before I take in anyone else sa ano ko, na pag-isipan kung paano ako magsa-strategize for this person na buong
Mhm.
buo yung ano ko, buong buo yung focus ko. Yan. But if you would like to like just shoot a message, you can reach me through the Facebook page of
Mhm.
Persistent Sports Therapy. And then, yan. Um, one of these days, I'll be able to read your messages.
Yeah. So you can reach her through her Facebook page, and she regularly checks it. So please do follow her also, right? She's also in Instagram, so follow her. Anyway, thank you Hazel. Thank you so much for giving us time. We'll guest you again kasi ang dami mo palang fans dito eh. Ang dami nilang tanong. But we'll
Uh-huh.
schedule again another time. We don't wanna invite we want to give you time for your dinner. So we'll see you again, and thank you very much for guessing tonight. Sabi dito, oh, maraming may crush eh. Kaya i-guess ka daw uli next time.
Salamat,
Alright.
Professor
Alright.
Cello. It's so
See you
nice to
again.
see you
Let's hang out
here.
soon. Alright. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good
Salamat,
night. Good
guys.
night.
Have a great
Alright.
evening.
Bye-bye.